gotta stay with me, boy. We don't know where.
This is Peter Rosenthal, head film critic for The Onion. Today I'll be talking about Disney Pixar's Coco, a powerful, imaginative story about family and following your dreams, albeit one which, unfortunately, is completely unbelievable, as the protagonist doesn't use his journey to the land of the dead to solve the mystery surrounding Natalie Wood's 1981 drowning death. The film, which asks us to accept that someone could visit the afterlife without at least trying to solve the biggest mystery in the history of show business, tells the story of Miguel, an aspiring musician from a Mexican family with a generations-long ban on music. Miguel soon finds himself transported to a magical land where all those who've died before us live on. But yet, somehow, inconceivably, his first action upon entering the afterlife isn't to immediately seek out Natalie Wood's ghost in order to learn who was responsible for her death off the coast of Santa Catalina Island some 36 years ago. Take, for example, this scene where Miguel first enters the metropolis of the dead, where Wood obviously must reside. At this point, it would be a simple matter to ask any of these friendly skeletons for her whereabouts, and within minutes, he could be learning the truth of what happened that night between Wood, her husband Robert Wagner, and Christopher Walken. Despite having plenty of time and numerous opportunities, the characters fail to learn whether a reported clash between Wagner and Walken had something to do with how the actress ended up in the water, or whether it could have been Walken who pushed Wood over the boat's edge, perhaps at Wagner's behest. Consider the facts. At 10:30 p.m. on November 28, 1981, Natalie Wood, Robert Wagner, and Christopher Walken, having spent the night eating and drinking at Doug's Harbor Reef restaurant, set off for the Woods and Wagner's yacht, the Splendor. Then, at 1:15 a.m. that night, another yacht owner received an oddly calm radio transmission from Wagner reporting a missing person. In between those two timestamps, multiple witnesses have reported overhearing a loud argument between Wood, her husband, and Walken, yet none of the official statements at the time mention this fight, nor do they explain the suspicious marks on Wood's legs and cheek. Faced with these inconsistencies, the failure of Coco's characters to ask the right questions is utterly mind-boggling, until one realizes that the film itself is part of the smokescreen surrounding this case. Indeed, who would have more interest in covering up the crimes of two cinema legends like Christopher Walken and Robert Wagner than a major Hollywood studio like Disney? Could they have been pulling strings behind the scenes from the very beginning? And where was Pixar founder John Lasseter on the night in question? Coco comes to an end after just 109 minutes. But for those of us who seek the truth, the real story continues. For The Onion's Film Standard, I'm Peter Rosenthal.